Trudy nói đó, khi họ hỏi mình tell me about yourself, có nghĩa là cho tôi biết về bạn đó, thì
Dạ.
mình sẽ trả lời như thế nào? Mình trả lời là cái tên của mình cũng như giới thiệu chính mình đó, thì tên của
Dạ.
mình, rồi mình đến Mỹ bao lâu ha, rồi nói về chồng con ha, rồi mình làm việc chỗ nào, hay là làm việc cái gì đó, rồi cái lý do mình muốn trở thành công dân Mỹ ha. Đó, khi
Dạ.
mà có thỉnh thoảng có những người giám khảo hỏi như vậy ha, nói cho tôi biết
Dạ.
chính bạn đó, thì mình nói tên, mình nói địa chỉ mình sống ở đâu, rồi mình nói về gia đình của mình, rồi công ăn việc làm của mình, rồi mình tại sao mình muốn trở thành công dân Mỹ ha. Bây giờ chị suy nghĩ cái đó, chị nói được không, tự nói được không? Okay, so we'll do now role play. Teacher Judy will ask you a quick question. Bây giờ chúng ta dợt với nhau ha. Cô giáo
Dạ.
Judy sẽ hỏi chị cái câu hỏi đó, rồi chị suy nghĩ thì cứ nói, cứ dạng dĩ nói, đừng có sợ gì hết ha. Okay, let's
Sợ
do it.
sợ.
Cứ nói tự nhiên rồi cô Judy sẽ góp ý hướng dẫn chị chứ đừng lo.
Dạ. Giờ em
Well,
nói à?
what do you
Okay,
want
so
me to ask?
yeah, so just ask that simple question. We do a role play, just like you are the
Oh, okay.
interviewer now. Ask her a question. Bây giờ chúng ta giống như là thực tập ha. Mình đóng
Dạ.
vai đó, cô giáo đóng vai là người giám khảo sẽ hỏi chị, rồi chị cứ trả lời. So right now I'm just whenever needed to be translate, I'll translate. But you play the role of the interviewer, and she will be the applicant. So just like this coming Friday for sure. And
Except
then
I don't really know how interviewers act, but anyway, I can ask questions. Yeah.
okay, good, good.
Okay. So, Tao, how are you doing today?
Em em ok.
Good. And so tell me about yourself.
Ờ, em cho em hỏi thầy thì họ đọc hết nguyên cái họ tên mình luôn hả thầy hả?
Cứ nói cái full name ha, tên đầy
Full
đủ.
name luôn.
Yeah.
Dạ. Ờ, trên thao thì mai. Vậy họ hỏi tên rồi ngày tháng năm sinh
My
này kia
name,
nọ
cứ
luôn.
nói my name is
Ờ, ờ. My
Thảo.
name is Thảo Trang.
Ừ.
Dạ, Thảo Trang.
Ừ.
Rồi sao nữa? Em không biết từ khúc nào.
Rồi
My name
địa
is
chỉ.
Thảo Trang.
Ừ.
Dạ.
Chị nói chị
Ừm,
sống ở đâu?
địa chỉ luôn ha.
Yeah.
Dạ đi. Ờ, I live 9611 South Indiana Avenue, Oklahoma City, 73159.
Ừ.
I I
Có gia
live there
đình.
with my husband
Ừ.
and two daughters.
Ừ.
Daughters. Yeah. And let me tell you this, you be sure and look at the interviewer's eyes
Ừ.
Ờ,
when you're talking to him,
Ừ.
him,
ờ,
her, whichever it is, be sure and look at them. Okay.
Ừ.
dạ.
Go
Ừ.
ahead. Tell me some more about yourself.
Ừm,
Where do you work?
em work nail technician.
You say that again?
Em work nail technician. Nail
Nail.
head nation.
Okay, I
Ừ.
can't quite get that, but
Where do you work ha? Where là bạn làm ở đâu đó. Nếu mà hỏi nghề
Oh,
what do you do á, thì mình nói là I'm a nail technician ha. She meant to say I'm a nail technician. Ừ.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ừ.
How
I
long have you?
work.
Go ahead.
Ok, nếu câu hỏi là where do you work là bạn làm ở đâu, thì chị nói cái tên là I work at cái tên của cái
I work at tên là nail spa.
nail spa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you do?
Nail technician.
A nail technician. Okay.
Mhm.
So does that mean that you do manicures?
Manicure.
Mhm.
Nail.
Manicures, nail technician.
Manicure nail technician.
Mhm.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
How long have you lived in the United States?
Almost a year.
Almost 8 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. How did you get to be in the United States?
I get my sister sponsored me.
Your sister
Yeah.
sponsored you. Okay.
Yeah.
Your sister lives in Oklahoma?
Yes, she live in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. And have you got other siblings, other brothers or sisters? Siblings, it means brothers or sisters. Siblings. Have you got other sisters, other brothers?
Yes, sister, brother. Yes, sister.
Just
Cái
a
này
Bao,
em không,
sister?
bao
câu này
nhiêu
em
anh
không
chị
hiểu.
em? Siblings,
Ờ,
siblings là một cái từ nói chung cho anh chị em. Đó. Thì cho
sibling.
nên là câu hỏi là bạn có mấy anh chị em đó?
Ờ, nếu mà nó hỏi là hỏi bên chồng em hay là bên em thì cái này em không.
Là chị đó, chị cá
Là
nhân đó.
bên em.
Dạ,
Bên
cá
em.
nhân của chị.
Dạ.
Là họ
Dạ.
hỏi nói cô giáo hỏi là chị có bao nhiêu anh chị em đó.
Okay,
Dạ.
so I wanna start over with that so that you can practice it a little bit more, okay?
Cô nói bắt
Dạ.
đầu lại để chị có
Dạ.
thể tập.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say as if I was just meeting you. So I would say, hello, Tao, come in and let's do your interview. And so you would say, and I would say, how are you doing?
Yeah. How are you doing?
I would say that. So you answer,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
Em mới định. Sorry.
Đừng
Em
run, đừng run. I tell her not to be nervous.
I'm okay now.
You're okay now? Oh, good. So tell me about yourself.
My name is Thao Chen. My name is Thao Chen. I live here with my husband and two daughters. And, sao nó quên.
Where
Đừng
do
có
you
tử.
live?
I live I live I live at 269. Tự nhiên quên mất tử. I live 9611 South Indiana, Oklahoma City 73159.
How long have you been in the United States?
I lived there almost a year.
Okay, so say almost.
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 Most.
Much.
Most. Almost.
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 Because again, it's the last sound. Most. That has to come through. Yeah, that's it.
Almost.
Almost 8 years.
Almost a year. Almost
okay.
A year.
And remember, 8 is more than 1, so you have to say years.
Yes.
Years.
Yes.
Years is plural, so it has an S on the end. So you say almost 8 years. You have to be sure to put the years. That's right.
Yeah.
Almost 8 years. Okay.
Almost
Good.
8 years.
Good. And what is your job? What work do you do?
I'm a medical nail technician.
Okay. How long have you been doing that job?
A year.
8 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
8 years.
And how were you able to come to the United States?
How did?
Nghĩa là bạn đến nước Mỹ bằng cách nào á? Làm sao bạn đến được nước Mỹ đó? How are you able to come to the United States? Làm sao bạn đến được nước Mỹ đó?
Mm, my sister sponsored me.
Your sister sponsored, say.
Bonds.
Sponsored.
Bonds.
Sponsored.
Me.
Sponsored me.
Bonds.
Sponsored is kind of a hard word, but yeah. I mean, I can understand what you're saying when you say my sister sponsored me. I'm
My
just
sister
trying to help you. Sponsored. Yeah, see, I'm trying to help you say it just a little bit better.
Yeah.
My sister sponsored me.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So if I were the interviewer, then I would probably ask you about the rest of your family. So I might say, do you have other sisters?
My sister.
Other sisters có nghĩa là còn chị em nào khác không?
Yeah. One sister and one brother.
One sister and one brother. Okay, good.
Yeah.
How about your mother and father?
In Vietnam.
They are in Vietnam.
No, they are in Vietnam.
I see. Okay. So are your sister, is your brother also in the United States?
No, in Vietnam.
In Vietnam too, okay.
Yeah.
So just you and your sister of your family is in the United States.
My sister, cái gì? My sister-in-law sponsored me to here.
Your sister-in-law?
Yeah.
I see, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big difference from your sister sponsoring you.
Mm.
So be sure whenever you're saying how you got to the United States that you say your sister-in-law sponsored you.
Oh.
Mm.
Your sister is in the United States?
Người chị ruột á, chị ruột của chị có ở Mỹ không?
Dạ không. No. Có mình em này thôi.
So her sister-in-law sponsored her, but her sister lives in Vietnam.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a big difference. So your sister-in-law is married to your brother?
Yeah.
And lives in her brother lives in Vietnam?
Như vậy cái người anh của chị, anh hay là em trai gì đó, ở Mỹ hay
em
là
trai ở Việt Nam hết.
Ồ, như vậy
Chỉ
sao?
là em của chồng em trước em qua đây.
Okay. So her sister-in-law on her husband's side sponsor her.
Okay. I was like, well, that's the other option, but I didn't understand for sure. Okay.
Mm.
Well, so your interviewer might ask you a little bit more about that family connection there, because it's something I found interesting, and so your interviewer might find that interesting too.
Mm.
So now be sure if the interviewer asks you how you got to the United States, be sure and say your sister-in-law sponsored you.
Oh, my sister-in-law sponsored me.
Yes, exactly. And then you could even say, it's my husband's sister. And you could even kind of go a little bit further into it without being asked.
Mm.
Yeah.
What's your husband's name, Tao?
Sun Pham.
Sun Pham.
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been married?
19 years.
19 years.
Yeah, 19 years.
How old are your daughters?
17.
17.
And
Nhìn chị mới có 20 mấy tuổi mà có con 10 mấy tuổi rồi ha.
Dạ, nó tháng 9 là nó đạt 18 rồi thầy.
Wow. My
Yeah.
daughter is going to be 18 in September.
September.
Both of them or just one of them?
Một đứa lớn á hả?
Dạ, một đứa lớn, đứa nhỏ này 13 years old.
The younger one is 13.
Okay. Wow. 17 and gonna be 18 and 13. You got your hands full.
Yeah.
So what else would we need to go into now, you think? Hi.
Okay, so a few things. They would ask if she has traveled outside the U.S. during the last 5 years. That's one of the questions on the N400 form.
Okay. So, Tao, have you traveled outside of the United States in the last 5 years?
Yes,
Where did you go?
em go in Vietnam.
How long did you stay in Vietnam?
30 days.
30 days.
Yeah.
Got to see all of your family?
Yes, the family. My parents.
Yeah. And when was that? What year was that?
May 26, May 25, 2019. I come back June 26, 2019.
Okay. Well, so you don't get to see your mom and dad much, do you? Do you get to visit with your mom and dad over with the computer?
Có nghĩa là có gặp mà ba mẹ thường xuyên không á?
Dạ, có gọi điện thoại.
Computer
theo ủa tên computer.
Điện thoại có thấy video qua mạng video không?
Dạ có.
Okay, good. She said also through video.
Any day.
Okay, good.
What was that last bit?
They say like every day, almost every day, I think.
Oh, you visit with them almost every day.
Yeah.
Video.
Well,
Yeah.
good. That's good because it's kind of hard not to see them, I'm sure.
Yeah. Good.
So, let's see what else. Hi.
Yeah. So sometimes officer would ask about, let's say, how long she's been working at her current job, and what time she goes to work, or if she's working part-time or full-time, what time she goes to work, what time she comes home. Some details about work.
They would get that nosy, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Tao, tell me about your job. What time do you go to work?
I will work 9:30. 9:30.
9:30 is when you start.
Yeah.
And what time do you finish up?
Sometimes 6:30, someone 7:30, someone 8:30. Anytime.
Well, so when you're not at home, who fixes meals?
Nghĩa là khi chị không có ở nhà thì ai nấu ăn?
Oh, sometimes my husband cook, sometimes me em cook luôn, em gái em nấu cũng.
Sometimes her husband, sometimes
Yeah.
she does, sometimes the daughter cooks as well.
So, do your daughters speak Vietnamese?
Yeah, she speak Vietnamese.
How about English?
Yeah, good. Good.
Do y'all ever speak English at home?
Yes. Yeah, she a bit English at home. With my sister, your daughter.
Okay.
This is question 1.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or any other way?
No.
Okay. Okay, no is good. She could add never, but
Either one's fine, yeah.
yeah. Okay, and then you would ask,
what does claimed mean?
Claim to say something that are not true.
or is to say something is true, claim.
So, yeah, whenever you claim to be a U.S. citizen, for instance, you would be saying that that is a true statement. I am a U.S. citizen. That's what I would say. I'm claiming to be a U.S. citizen. I'm saying something is true.
Yeah, cho nên
Okay.
cái từ định nghĩa đó chị ha, to say something is
Yeah.
true ha, claim to say something is
Say
true.
something is true. To say something is true.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Next one. Like we cover this in class. Sometimes the officer would ask, what does claim to be U.S. citizen mean?
It means you would say that you are a U.S. citizen, right?
Yes.
Say you
And
are a citizen.
obviously, if you're there for a citizenship exam, then you can't already claim to be a U.S. citizen. That's why you're there, is to try to become one.
Okay.
So
part one, question two.
Okay. Question 2. Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election in the U.S.?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, good. What does register mean?
To sign up.
To
Okay.
sign up. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I were the interviewer, I might say, well, what does sign up involve?
Involve.
What does sign up involve? That's the question.
Là giám khảo hỏi thêm á, một cái câu mà liên kết để mình giải thích thêm á.
Yeah.
Sign up có nghĩa là gì đó? Sign up nó gồm có cái gì?
So you would say it means to fill out forms and turn them in. That's what sign up involves. You fill out some forms, and then you turn them in to the people that ask you to fill them out.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Thì
what sign up means.
cô nói là sign up gồm có cái gì ha? Ghi tên á.
Yeah.
Nghĩa là fill out, and turn in.
Fill out forms and turn them in.
Yeah.
Fill out
and turn them in. Okay.
That's basically for any kind of signing up. It's always some kind of form you fill out, and then you turn it in to who asked you to fill it out. That's what sign up is for pretty much everything.
Yeah. Đó, cho nên cô nói là thỉnh thoảng đó ha, giám khảo có thể hỏi mình để mình giải thích để cho chắc chắn là mình hiểu được cái ý nghĩa đăng ký có nghĩa là gì ha. Đăng ký là mình ghi tên, và ghi tên có nghĩa là gì, là mình điền cái đơn ra và nộp đơn đó ha. Đó là như...
Are you explaining to her that to sign up is a good answer to what that register means?
Yes.
That's a good answer. You don't have to go any further unless they ask you to.
Yeah. Đó, cho nên cô nói đó là nếu mà họ hỏi mình register ha, có nghĩa là gì, thì mình chỉ cần là trả lời cái này thôi, là to sign up.
To sign up. Yeah.
Yeah.
To sign up.
Nhưng mà nếu giám khảo nào mà hỏi thêm á, sign up có nghĩa là gì, kêu mình giải thích thêm á, thì mình có giải thích cái này ha, là mình fill out forms có nghĩa là mình điền ra cái đơn ha. And turn
form.
them in có nghĩa là mình nộp cái đơn ha. Fill out là điền ra đó ha, fill out là điền ra, rồi turn in có nghĩa là nộp ha. Okay, good. Okay, let's go to question number 3.
Question 3. Have you ever voted in any federal, state, or local election in the United States?
No.
No. What does vote mean?
To elect new leader.
Uh-huh. That's good. And if I were going to dig a little bit deeper, I would ask you, how do you, so I might say to you, well, what do you do to vote?
Câu hỏi
What do
cái đó
you
hiểu
do?
không? What do you do to vote? Cái là bạn làm gì để mà bỏ phiếu bầu cử đó.
So then you would say, I register and I go to the correct polling place and I cast my vote. That's probably a little bit too involved, but that's what I would say. And you know, they might ask you what voting entails for you, and so that's why I'm going into that.
I go.
What do you do to vote? I register and go to the correct polling place and cast my vote.
Yeah.
So there's three parts basically. See, you can register, but then you don't necessarily have to be voting. Some people are registered voters, but they don't go and vote. Okay, that's the first part. The second part is you have to go to the right place to sign in and vote. The correct polling place, because there's many different polling places. And I can't just go to one like in northern Oklahoma City and say I want to vote up there. That's not allowed. I have to go to the correct one, which is assigned to me after I register. Then the third part is to fill out the ballot and turn it in. That's the actual voting. So there's three parts to actually voting, and they're all important. And whether somebody would go into that much detail or not, I'm not sure.
Ok. Cho nên cô giải thích cho nó chi tiết hơn tí xíu ha. Nếu mà có giám khảo nào khó đó hỏi mình á, có nghĩa là khi mình bỏ phiếu bầu cử thì gồm có cái gì thì thứ nhất á, là mình đăng ký ha. Thứ nhì là mình đến đúng cái chỗ đó, đúng cái chỗ mà để mà bỏ phiếu á, mình phải đi đến đúng chỗ. Và thứ ba á, là mình phải điền ra cái phiếu bầu cử để mình bỏ phiếu ha. Đó, cô giải thích chi tiết như vậy để khi nào giám khảo nào khó để hỏi mình đó thì mình cũng biết cách ha. Đó, ok. Rồi cho nên cái này mình ghi xuống rồi mình cũng thâu lại, cho nên có gì chị có thể xem lại để mà để ôn lại ha. Very good, thank you teacher.
Thank you, Miss Judy.
Yeah, I'm happy to help.
Good.
Okay, let's go to question 4. Do you now have, or did you ever have, a hereditary title or an order of nobility in any foreign country?
No.
No. What does hereditary title mean?
Like prince or princess.
Like a prince or a princess, yeah. And not really sure why interviewers are interested in that, other than if somebody used to be a princess in another country, they might want to know that in case you want to try to be a princess in the United States. That's the only reason why I can think that they would want to ask that kind of question.
Yes.
But basically, a hereditary title means like passing power from your father, the king, to the child who'd be the princess. That's basically what it is. It's about a title that you inherit from your parents. Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Okay, so now this one's a little bit more confusing. What does order of nobility mean?
Light skin or win.
Say that again.
Light skin or win.
Like
Kin.
like king.
Like kin.
King.
Kin.
You have to have the ing sound on the end. King.
Kin.
King. There you go.
Kin.
That was good. King or queen. That's right.
King or win.
That is one kind of order of nobility. Yes.
Okay. Good.
Hopefully they won't ask you anything more about that because they shouldn't really. So one of the things that's important to remember, in the United States, we have no orders of nobility. We don't have kings. We don't have queens. We don't have dukes. We don't have earls. We don't have any order of nobility. And so that's the only thing I can figure out that they want to know is if you're used to that and you come to the United States, you're not going to have that anymore. So that's why they might ask you about it.
Đó, cô giải thích, cô nói rằng ở Mỹ đó mình không có những cái chức tước vua chúa, mình không có cái hệ thống đó ha. Đó, cái hệ thống chính quyền nó khác ha. Đó, cho nên nhiều khi những câu hỏi này để cho chúng ta có cái sự xác định là ở cái quốc gia nước Mỹ này mình không có một cái chính quyền như cái hệ thống vua chúa ha. Okay. Question 5.
Question 5. Have you ever been declared legally incompetent, been confined to a mental institution within the last 5 years?
No.
No. What does declared legally incompetent mean?
Having mental problem.
Say that again.
Having mental problem.
Having mental problems.
Problem.
Problems.
Problem.
That's a hard word, isn't it?
Yeah.
So think about problems.
Problem.
Yeah.
Problem.
So you want to have PR. Problems. Think about president.
President.
Problems.
Problem.
Problems.
Problem.
Yeah. Or try it if you're declared legally incompetent. You could say declared unable to take care of yourself. You could also say that. Because incompetent means you can't take care of yourself. And the only thing that makes it legal is if somebody that's qualified to determine that says this person is legally incompetent. I can't take care of myself. That's what incompetent means.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I can't take
So,
mental problem.
See, you don't have to be insane to be legally incompetent. See, I would really take out that declared insane there, because it's a lot more than just being insane. If you're insane, you're certainly legally incompetent. That's true. But you don't have to be insane to be legally incompetent. You just can't take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Problems, having mental problems so that you can't take care of yourself. That's what I would say legally incompetent means.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so there's a part, kind of part B. There's a phrase that
Mental institution. Yes. What does mental institution mean?
Hospital, mental institution, hospital.
Okay, so I'm having a little trouble understanding.
Mental hospital.
Hospital.
Hospital. Mental
hospital.
Hospital.
Hospital. Yes.
Hospital.
You have to be sure and have the S. Hospital.
Hospital.
Hospital. Yes. And the accent is really on the first part of the word, hospital. Hospital.
Hospital. Hospital.
Hospital.
Hospital.
Yes. Hospital. Mental hospital. And
mental hospital.
Right. Very good. That's good. And that basically is what a mental institution means. Although I'll tell you, just to confuse things, they don't have to be hospitals. But if somebody asks you, what does mental institution mean? Then you can say mental hospital. That's a good answer. Okay. So question 6. Do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes?
No.
No. What does owe mean?
To have a debt.
To have a debt. I like that. Yes. And what does overdue mean?
Past the deadline.
Past the deadline. That's very good. I love it.
I think past is 2S, right?
No, past is right there.
Yeah.
Like you had it, past.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Past.
Past the deadline is what I would say.
Okay. Past
the deadline. Yes.
The deadline. Past the deadline.
Dead.
Dead.
No, it doesn't have an S in there. Deadline.
Deadlines. Deadline.
Yeah, no S. That's the key.
Deadline.
Deadline. Past the deadline.
Deadline.
The emphasis is on the first part. Deadline.
Deadline.
Yeah. Yeah. Past the deadline.
Past the deadline.
Deadline.
Deadline. Past the deadline.
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 Okay, good.
Okay.
Question 7. This is the tricky question. This is the one you want to be real careful with. Question 7, okay?
Yeah.
Section 12, question 7. Yeah, I'm never going to forget that. So here's the question. Have you ever not filed a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident? And the key is the word not. Have you ever not filed federal, state, or local tax?
Yeah. No.
No, that's the exact right answer. Very good. You're ready for that tricky one. Now, so they might ask you, well, what does file tax mean?
Pay tax, submit tax form.
What
Submit
was that?
tax form.
Submit
tax
tax
form.
forms. That's exactly what it means.
To
If
send tax.
if somebody says, have you filed tax returns? Then you would say, I've submitted my tax forms. Yes, I have. And the further explanation is to send the tax paperwork to the government. That's exactly what it is.
To send tax paperwork to the government.
That's it. You got it. But submit tax forms is plenty fine. That's what file tax means. Submit tax forms to the government is kind of understood. Okay, question 8. Have you called yourself a non-U.S. resident on a federal, state, or local tax return since you became a lawful permanent resident?
No.
So go back just a minute. Hi.
Yeah.
Have you called yourself a non-U.S. resident? What is that trying to get at, Hi?
I think about filing tax. I think some people sort of like they have a business outside of the US, or it has to do with like, tax and not paying tax.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So if you live in the U.S., then obviously you're a U.S. resident, right? So then you would be subject to the tax. So the answer would be no. That's good. And so then they want to ask you, what does a non-U.S. resident mean?
Not a U.S. resident.
That's exactly right. And if they say, and what does that mean? Then you would say someone who lives outside the U.S. Yeah.
Someone lives outside in the U.S.
Yeah, someone not living in the U.S. That's what a non-U.S. resident is. Yeah, okay. Okay, what does local tax mean?
Local tax. Mid tax. City tax.
City tax, that's right.
Yeah.
Like for building bridges and roads, exactly.
Local tax, city tax.
City tax, local tax. So it's not federal. Federal means for the whole country, right? Federal tax. State tax means just for your state. Local tax means just for your city. Okay, question 9. Have you ever been a member of or associated with any organization, association, fund, foundation, party, club, or similar group in the United States or in any other places?
No.
I mean, that's a tough question. It's like, so go back just a minute. Yeah. So they're going to ask you about the Communist Party there. That I can see that. A club. So, I mean, like in Vietnam, do you ever have like a swim club or, some kind of athletic club or anything like that? I mean, it's like, this is an extremely wide question that I would have to say, I've been a member of something like this, an organization. I mean, any organization that could be like a church. I've been a member of multiple churches, I could say they're an organization. So it's like, this is an extremely broad question. And it's like, it's almost like they've got it set up to try to trip you up. I don't know.
Yeah, cô nói cái câu hỏi này nó bao gồm có nhiều cái tổ chức, nhiều cái hội đoàn rồi đó. Thì giống như cô cũng là một thành viên trong cái nhà thờ đó, thì cũng là một cái tổ chức đó, cho nên cái câu hỏi này nó bao gồm rất là tổng quát. Nhưng mà nếu mà mình có là một thành viên trong nhà thờ ở Việt Nam hoặc là gì thì mình cũng có thể nói như vậy cũng được ha. Đó, mình trả lời. Còn nếu mà dễ nhất thì no thì cũng ok. Yeah. Rồi ha. Okay. Next. What me?
So if you said no and then they ask you, what does organization / foundation, what does organization mean? What would you say?
A group. I don't know. A group of the people working together for their mission.
Or their mission, yes. And I agree, that's a good definition. It's a good definition for organization or foundation. They're basically kind of combining the idea of the two of the places. You could say a group of people working together for their mission is also what a church is, okay? And, you know, like I said, a swim club, a bike riding club, all of that you could say is the same thing, a group of people working together for their mission. So
yeah, yes,
Okay.
I think good. So we've covered to question 12. Okay, question 9. Let's review some of the history. So let's see if Thảo.
I don't think she needs any review on history.
She's good on that.
Yeah, she's got the history questions down.
Okay, that's good.
So I would like to ask Tao what she would like to go over.
Okay. Câu hỏi chị đó, chị thấy chị cần dợt cái phần nào? Đối với chị cần dợt
Cái
thêm.
phần đầu á thầy, cái lúc mà mới vô mình hỏi với mình tới với mình đi với ai cái này kia nọ rồi trước cái gì mình lời thề lời hay nói á, hay em hay quên cái đó, nó lộn chữ với nhau á.
Okay.
How đi kia nọ.
Okay, so
Em
maybe next session we can do a kind of a greet and meet when she first come in, small talk, and also the oath before they start the interview. Did you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and so on? So we do that sort of like swear, yeah, the swear, the promise to tell the truth, and so.
You want to stop tonight?
Yes. So I think next one we help her with that kind of a small talk. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think history is good. Then that's a big part. History, reading and writing là chị cũng ok rồi, phải không? Reading and writing. Yeah.
Chỉ cần gặp là nói chuyện hay, gặp hay mà đối diện hay hơi run, không được sự can đảm.
Okay. So I think the first part when she meets the interviewer, kind of that we'll cover that one. And so
so let me just say this about that. Whenever you come in to the training session and you smile and you say hi, how you doing, that's all there is to meet and greet, you know. It doesn't have to be it's not a dive in deep and talk about all kinds of things. That's all it is with meet and greet, is you say, hi, how you doing? I'm good, whatever, you know, stuff like that. I think you got that down just fine.
Yeah.
You always greet me just fine when you come into training. So
yeah.
But we can go over it again, and we can go over the oath. Yeah. So when do you want to do that?
Okay, let's see. Bình thường thứ năm chị muốn dợt lại thứ năm không? Thứ năm một lần.
Nó dợt lại lần nữa đi rồi.
Okay.
Cho nó
so
cứng.
Thursday is Thursday.
Cho nó dạng lên chút.
Thursday same time, thứ năm này 7 giờ ok với chị không?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me
Okay.
look at my calendar real quick, just to make sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Thursday 7 p.m. okay with you?
Thursday at 7 works for me.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds
Thank
good.
you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you Miss Judy. Thank you thầy Hải.
Yeah,
You're very welcome, and you're gonna do fine.
yeah.
Yeah.